Hey guys, reading time. How is everyone? Alrighty, I'm hearing them through music. So I feel this collective, you could be getting certain signs through music from this person. But yeah. So just to make sure that this is your reading before we get into the depth of this reading, I want to see what's currently going around in your energy, because I am feeling like that music part is going to be shown here. Actually, I'm going to use these today. I think I'm going to use these. Alrighty. Do I want to use these or do I want to use those? Yeah, I'm going to use these. All right. So, what is currently around this main collective? Wow. So you could be feeling intense feelings right now. Whoa. You have explosion of emotion and psychic abilities. Wow, okay, and we have addictions as well. And divine masculine. Oh my God. All right, hold on. So this could be a divine masculine reading. Every time I see this, I see my feminines. And look at the size of my candle. Look at that. Can you see that? That is insane. All right, here we go. So we have intensity of emotion, like there's an intense feeling coming over you guys. I do feel that's emotion, an explosion of emotion with this love bombing. Psychic abilities, we do have divine masculine and certain addictions. It could be that you're currently, I want one more for addictions, because if you have divine masculine, I feel that maybe it could be addictive thought pattern, but upgrading through. So biggest thing I'm feeling for what's currently going on around you as well. I do feel like there are certain moments in your day, or oh my God, my candle is acting so weird. Like literally, do you see this? Do you see that part right there? Does it not look kind of like a snake or something that's crawling up over it? Wow. All right. I need to stop getting distracted by that freaking candle. But biggest thing I'm feeling for this collective, you could be having certain intense emotions coming over you of recent. With this explosion of emotion, I do feel like this collective, it is very intense and it's very sudden as well. We do have psychic abilities. This could be you guys really, activating through your oracle within, but I'm feeling that as on the same frequency universally. But also it could be that maybe there are certain things that if this is a divine masculine collective, I feel like there are certain things that your feminine has told you about through her vision, like from her visions, and that have been coming true, I feel. We do have addictions, but you're upgrading it through it. So I do feel this collective, maybe you're removing certain bad habits, drinking, or even not even, I'm not hearing like you are sober. I'm seeing maybe someone who's actually not drinking as much as they used to, maybe saving it for certain events and stuff. Other substances as well, maybe removing that from you and really being in your divine masculine energy, really being forthright, really being, assertive and action prone, really putting that action towards what you need to do. I'm sorry. Hold on, because because of everything that came out here. So I'm literally looking at my candle right now. It looks kind of like a snail now. Do you see how that's like, and it looks like it looks weird. It looked like a snail just now, like very slow journey maybe. Maybe felt like you've been going through a slow journey. But it also kind of looks like, I don't know if you guys read The Little Prince, when, and that, I can't remember if it was in a chapter or what it was, where there's that snake and there's an elephant inside the snake. I literally just saw that. So it could be maybe if you guys have read The Little Prince, that resonates. But all right, going back to again with the freaking distraction, you could be very distracted of recent. Maybe also with the intensity that you're feeling with your emotions, maybe you've been trying to distract yourself and really not focus so much on that emotion, but trying to release it, which came to my mind. But I want to get tarot just because this is like very, wow. I'm just like kudos for that addictions and that DNA upgrade. I'm like, yes, yes. But I want to see if this is you guys, or if this is a person tied to you. So I want to see what's currently going on, what your main focus is currently to get these, and then see, get that confirmation. And my candle is going da 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 da, so I feel like I'm doing the right thing right now. All right. This collective currently, what are they currently going through? This collective, just 3. 1. Wow, laying a foundation. 2, 3. You got Page of Coins, or Page of Cups. Page of Coins. So you're currently focused, but let's see what else we have here. Oh, okay. Okay. But good. Okay, I kind of want to clarify this Hangman because I was feeling it more upright, but let's clarify this Hangman. I'm seeing that what you're removing. All right. So what you guys are currently going through, I feel this collective, you're trying to focus on laying certain foundations, really putting in the right kind of seeds to lay that foundation and have that base to really start rebuilding. I do believe you're starting to really focus on grounding, and it makes sense with that DNA upgrades and that addictions energy. Also, this is about study of magic. So you yourself could be actually really tapping into your oracle within, not really, expelling it anymore, really starting to understand it, starting to understand your visions as well. This is about working hard. So clearly you're putting dedication towards this. You're putting that dedicated effort, confirmation, I feel. You're really in action prone right now with your divine masculine strength. This is about setting goals as well and having great prospects. So maybe you are trying to keep yourself in a positive mindset as well. But ambitious and faithful, being faithful through this journey, even though it was slow, just like that little, I'm going to have to get my animal cards. But I do feel with this Hangman in reverse, I feel with this uncertainty, the certain delay tactics, the resistance, the stalling, the lack of focus that maybe you've had in the past could have been coming from lack of self-confidence. So maybe now that you're really putting in the work with this Page of Coins, you're really laying that foundation, you're starting to reprogram your mind with this and redirecting your energy. Confirmation to what I said before with the divine masculine sign. You're finding a new path with this. So you're trying to not resist the change anymore, and even more so with this 10 of Wands in reverse. I feel that, again, you are readjusting. DNA upgrades with those addictions. You're readjusting even with that intensity of emotion and that explosion of emotion that you're feeling sometimes. Again, redirecting that energy. You're delegating responsibilities, and or you are really, starting to really prioritize the things that matter in your life, the things that make you happy, the things that make you in that fulfillment energy. But this is beautiful. You're throwing those wands down. You're no longer carrying that burden, which is absolutely beautiful. Page of Coins. Kind of feeling this with work. King of Swords. So came to my mind, you could be having certain legal matters right now, but there's a regimen being, you're putting in like that, you're being precise, you're being logic, you're being truthful. Again, confirmation to what I said before, putting in the dedicated effort towards the things that are good for you. You're focused on your wisdom, and this also has to do with studying that magic and what I said before with that psychic abilities, really paying attention to that oracle within that you have. This is mind over matter as well. So again, what I said before with, keeping that positive mindset, really not letting that negativity weigh you down. And also, I think that I feel this is Libra energy, that this collective, you could be really having to do with your Pentacle path, trying to be very logic in the sense of whatever overwhelms you, trying to remove it. You know what I mean? That came to my mind. I want one more. it could have been something that has been trickling for the last few weeks, letting go of control, but celebrating life, having fun. And summer, this is a pinnacle of success. So clearly this collective, you're focused on your success. All right, let's confirm this Hangman and Page of Wands. Yes. So going within, understanding what was the self-limiting beliefs, you had to go within and work through them. This was what was creating those delay tactics, the uncertainty, that resistance to not really redirect that energy, you know. I feel this collective, maybe you have been feeling like you've been like out of ideas because of the lack of focus that you've been having. You know, you could have felt very disconnected, but you're in hermit mode, soul searching, contemplation, growth, maybe focusing on your independence. But you're in resolution mode. You're trusting that guiding light within is what I'm hearing. And and it's bringing your peace. That's what I'm hearing with this. In a very calm and healing way. You're focusing on healing. Don't make it fit. Don't make it fit. You're finding inspiration. You could be really, again, with that psychic abilities, maybe start focusing on your purpose, or start seeing where your purpose is, or what it is, or where it takes you. But you're having faith. You're having faith. This is beautiful. Ten of Wands. Whoa. You got the High Priestess. This is your inner knowing. Sacred wisdom, inner knowing, illumination, your higher self, psychic abilities. I'm a little on the fence now if this is a divine feminine collective or a divine masculine collective. I feel it could be a divine feminine then as well, and you know, who's around you has to do with that divine masculine energy. More so with this High Priestess, but we all have that High Priestess within. That's the thing. But I do feel I would love to know what oh my God, I'm thinking, what deck do I get to confirm if this is a divine feminine or a divine masculine collective? Because I kind of feel a little bit of both. Maybe, but okay, so take what side we're going to have to do a divine feminine, divine masculine. I think. Just because I feel like maybe it's the divine feminine's coming into balance with their divine masculine as well. But also I am feeling like my masculines, this could be a masculine collective who is starting to really tap into their oracle within, their High Priestess within, starting to really readjust because they're paying attention to their intuition. They're opening that gate that is that bridge between both worlds, you know. This is divine feminine energy. Hold on. Oh my God, which one is it? Okay, we'll see. Let's get one last one. What you're currently going through. What are you currently going through? There's something about a certain decision that you need to make, which I feel you have an unclear path. When it makes sense, then why you're trying to really trust in your intuition and in that oracle within. And I literally put that over that Ten of Wands and that High Priestess. I feel like there's something that, not that you're avoiding, but there's a stalemate energy that you, or this impasse that you feel still hasn't, you know, resolved itself. More with this hermit mode. So maybe someone who has activated your healing. But Queen of Cups, being compassionate towards yourself, emotionally stable. Maybe you see this person as very emotionally stable right now. And now because you're in self-reflection, having to do what keeps you in that, you know, uncertainty and resistance and, you know, the self-limiting beliefs. It's you who has to tap into your most empathetic side, or you know, your balanced emotion. And for emotion, I like the Queen more than the King in Cups, because Kings, they can be a little bit, you know, the King of Cups is very, you know, emotionally mature, but from a surface level. I feel like that he lacks a little bit of depth of emotion, where the Queen, I feel like, is very in touch with her emotion. But yeah, there's something having to do with a certain decision you have to make or you want to make. And I'm going to say that you still don't know, you don't have a clear path of where to choose. All right. I kind of, just before I, again, intuition and psychic abilities, before I tap into, before I finish confirming this, I kind of want to see how you're viewing your connection. I want to get these to see if maybe that runner chaser comes out. I usually see the runner as that divine, as that masculine energy, and the feminine as, that chaser. So I want to see how you're viewing this connection, which, and see what's going on. I want to see how this collective is viewing the connection on their mind. Oh my God. Okay, divine feminine energy. Divine feminine energy. So you're coming into balance with your divine masculine. So everything I just said, we literally got the runner. You're seeing this person as a runner. You're seeing this person as a runner because they have certain codependency they have to work through. Even this collective, you've been looking within. Again, confirmation with that addictions and that DNA upgrades. Everything I said before, it's the same thing for this for feminine energy, because really I wasn't really speaking about energies. I was more saying what you're currently focused on. But this collective, maybe you've been working through your possession and patterns maybe, or you're controlling certain blocks that kept you in restraint or out of ideas. Confirmation with that, and focusing on your unconditional love. You could be isolating right now, but you're focusing, and this is about oneness. So I do believe this collective, you could be coming into your oneness, in your inner union. And wedding rings, but you still believe. That's that faith. It's that star energy, having faith. Last one, and then we're just confirm this. I'm seeing this as very logical as well. Like you understand there's healing needed here. Yeah, clearly this person, made you feel like an option, because, and I was putting that under the addictions. So their own blocks was being strategic or not showing their hand of cards. In this collective, you've been healing your heart. You've been focused on healing from that heartbreak, breaking away from that toxic energy, or relationship, and addictions. Confirmation, another one having to do with addictions. Don't make these fit. All right. Let's confirm, and then okay, now that I have an idea of what energy I'm tapping into, now I can keep going. So clearly, what I was saying before, I do feel like there are certain moments where this collective, you do feel this intensity of a love explosion come over you, having to do maybe with this person. I feel this you are really paying attention to your own psychic abilities. You're paying attention. Also, you could actually, whenever I do see this, I see someone who actually does this, what I do. You could have your own collective readings. You can have your own clients, or patients, however it is that you want to word it. But this collective, I feel like maybe you're trusting your intuition a little bit more than you used to. It's literally what I said before. But also, I feel like because you've been removing certain addictive thought patterns, and habits, you've been upgrading your DNA, changing that frequency. I was literally here, starting really putting in that dedicated effort towards yourself with that masculine strength. So again, what I said before, I feel this collective, you're coming into balance. Intensity. You could find inspiration from this person. See, this is what confuses me. Because usually when this comes out, like how I've allocated, and more with that psychic abilities, I feel like whenever I see this, I feel like I'm reading a divine masculine. Take what energy resonates. If you're coming into balance, it doesn't matter who you see yourself as. It's how you're using your energy is what I feel. But inner union, sign. You could even, through the intensity, find inspiration to keep on working on yourself. Love bombing, explosion of emotion, actually. Oh my God, the cycles and the runner energy. I am so confused right now. You could feel confused. Because I'm seeing that as explosion of emotion through all the cycles. Why do I keep running? I literally heard, why do I keep running? You could be very connected right now with this person. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going and I'll see. I don't know if I should do a you versus them now. I'm going to finish with this because I'm getting very confused right now. And, you know, just, I feel like there is a balance coming over you guys with your inner yin and yang. And that's what's confusing me because I keep, you know, going to, I feel like part of this is that runner. And this is about, you know, the energy around you. It could be that this person even could be going through certain explosions of emotion, even through these cycles, and it's making them really reflect on them, really tapping into their hermit energy. And why do I keep on running? Psychic abilities, hot and cold. So I do feel like sometimes maybe I feel like you are paying attention to your psychic abilities, to your divine feminine on the bottom. What the hell? I am so confused. This is so confusing. All right, let's just keep on. I want one more for psychic abilities and hot and cold. This has never happened to me before. Oh my God. Freaking confirmation. You guys are so tied right now energetically. I'm going to have to do a you versus them. Crown chakra, intuition, higher self, literally divine connection. Oh my God. All right. So this one, I know I tend to not say take it how it resonates, but I'm going to have to say take it how it resonates for this. So divine, I do believe that tarot part, there are certain things that both of you are working on. The laying the foundation for sure. The introspection having to do with certain things that you guys need to heal for sure. Both of you are married. The removing what no longer serves you, even with the addictions, what I said before, I do feel this collective and the person connected to you is really focusing on healthier choices having to do with addictive thought patterns, habits, anything that would block their movement in life, not even just towards you or, you know, you towards them. See, it's like literally, I do feel like both of you are mirroring this aspect of following your intuition. And I am confirming what I said before. I feel for if you are that divine masculine who is connected to this feminine, I feel there's something that this feminine told you with her psychic abilities, that's something that she saw that is coming into fruition, and it's starting to make you believe and want to activate with your own high priestess. And it's funny because literally this is kind of like what I'm seeing with that Two of Swords. There's something having to do with a decision, having to do with this psychic abilities, having to do with a certain thing that this person told you, or you guys even you saw. This is gonna be, oh my God, I really hope I'm not confusing anybody. Just please let me know if anything. I will try my best to really, you know, get this the right way. Addictions. Oh, so you guys are in a no contact right now. And again, addictive thought pattern, but also through this no contact, you guys still, you know, feel like you guys have that love since the beginning of time. You're just upgrading. You're needing to heal. Confirmation to what I said before. Change again, confirmation. I feel like you both are going through change. Divine masculine. I swear if that divine feminine comes out. Inner union. Beautiful. I feel both of you are coming into inner union because both of you are putting, and the divine feminine on the bottom. Stop it. Stop it. I feel both of you are currently going through inner union. It might not feel like it right now, more with that intensity and that explosion of emotion coming over you, but that's something that has to do with your cycles. Okay, because we have the divine feminine and divine masculine here, and that divine feminine also has to do with, again, that's why it's so confusing, because that card specifically, I do have one that's divine feminine, that's like this with no like little messages, which I but what I've allocated as being in that divine feminine energy, being compassionate, nurturing, and caring towards yourself, not being hard on yourself, but when putting that divine masculine, you know, by being, you know what I mean? So sometimes I feel like maybe, you know, your masculine, where you guys are that feminine, that your masculine is really tapping into their feminine energy, and that's why they're on their own coming into their inner union as well. All right, this is going to be very, very interesting, and I'm very, very excited because I've never had a reading like this. I am liking this. But before I even get into you versus them, what's happening with you guys and what's happening with them, because I feel like that's the only way I can really, you know, read this, because I am so confused with the energies right now. It's like you guys are so connected right now. It makes sense why that candle was like so like that, and it makes sense with what was like coming out. And literally I kind of do see like someone, there's like a little person and then someone who's in the bottom, like with maybe like holding their head. It's weird. So maybe your person could be really tall. That came to my mind specifically. So I want to see currently what's going on in your connection. I want like the universe's perspective of what's currently going on in your connection. And then we will get you versus them. All right. What is currently going on within this connection? Currently going on. You could yourself be very confused. I am very confused right now. But at the same time, the only two cards that came out, and they came out together, the Phoenix and the Cupid's arrow. I feel there's movement coming over. There's movement. But new phase rekindling, renewing, transforming, growing, changing mind. Having faith that love is coming. There's that star energy. But surprise invitation. There could be a certain hesitation. Two of Swords. Oh my God. Currency going on in this connection. Butterfly as well. Relationship evolving to the next phase. You guys are healing inner child wounds. You've been healing inner child wounds, and I can there's a reason why I said I feel like that's like a little snail, you know, that very slow journey. It's been a slow journey. Oh my God. Unconditional love, self-love, oneness, and love call on the bottom. Oh my God, I got chills. I got chills. Get one more. Endings bringing new beginnings. Oh my God. There's a transition happening. Coming out of that runner energy. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna, I kind of like want to get everything right now. I'm very scattered. This person could be very scattered right now. I want to get 3 of what's currently going on in your connection. So avalanche, major force, and that's where yeah. And you got the fireworks. Well, it was just 3, but it's okay. All right. So sudden and unexpected, this says, don't make it fit. Both of you are feeling this sudden and unexpected shift happening within you. 10, completion, by the way. There's this, you know, there's this need to cut, and we have this as liberating yourself, ripping off that Band-Aid, a reckoning, and you have perfect timing on the bottom, by the way. So something very, you know, aligned is happening right now. You have the avalanche, so a major force. I'm seeing my Wheel of Fortune in reverse, that major force that is kind of like that big push energy, but unexpected. This is what you've been cutting and releasing, whatever is having to do with imminent danger, but it's building momentum. A certain external force. There's a chain reaction happening right now. So literally, I feel like both of you are feeding each other off of each other's thread. We have the anchor, so your stability, endurance, solid endurance with what happened with that candle. But persevering, there's a willpower, that divine masculine strength, you know, it's a willpower that is long lasting. It's not something that is, you know, dwindling away. I feel like the universe maybe, you know, even through those addictions and that upgrading, it's kind of like they were testing you on your endurance, on your perseverance, really testing your faith in the journey, and, you know, that permanence of energy. Literally releasing what no longer serves you. Is it going to be permanent, or is it something that is circumstantial? You know what I mean? And then we have the fireworks. This is about happiness, exhilaration, new year. Something could happen in the new year, but hot sex as well, the intensity. I feel that those intense emotions have been coming over you. It's for a reason. It's, you know, and the biggest thing I'm hearing is pay attention to what is happening when those emotions come over you, and what's the first thing that pops up in your head when you have that emotion. Is it something negative or is it something positive? If it is something negative, do you immediately change? And it's, I feel like you are, because we got it with tarot. Whenever you do get maybe an ignition and you have that intensity, and it just ignites certain negative thoughts, I do feel like you do move somewhere else. But maybe, you know, the biggest thing is, instead of the first thing popping up in your mind being something negative, maybe thinking that something is positive, you know, trying to see the lesson of what that emotion is really trying to show you. And I'm really seeing that healing that inner child and growth with that aspect. But excitement, celebration, kiss, passion, chemistry. Last one confirming. Putting in that dedicated effort. You both are in divine masculine strength is what I'm feeling with all of this. Just because of, you know, how you are releasing certain things, that's very divine masculine strength. How you are, even through that chain reaction, because you're in your masculine strength and your decisiveness and assertiveness. But it's funny, because if you have that Two of Swords, I feel like you are very, you know, you're laying the kind of you're laying a really good foundation in your life. But when it comes to this person, it's for both of you. When it comes when it comes to this person, I'm sorry, I'm tongue-tied. This person could be really tongue-tied. Or even you guys could be really tongue-tied right now. I feel like you guys are in shock right now, maybe while watching this. What was I saying? I feel like that's what happens with you guys. You guys, it's like you guys are in awe. And I feel like you guys are going to be at awe when you meet this person again, out of that no contact, which is beautiful. Yay. But again, even with that Two of Swords, I feel like you're being so, that it makes sense then why you both are really trying to focus on that high priestess within. If you are being so assertive in so many aspects of your life, of things if you're so assertive with so many aspects of your life, but when it comes to you guys, the decision of really making this work within you guys, I feel like this is all universally what's happening. Literally, like that big push of the universe is kind of like giving both of you that nudge, and more so to this person. Because the divine masculine leads the way. And maybe that's why they're really trying to activate you with your, and more for the masculine, really trying to focus on leading with their intuition and not their impulsivity. Which means that maybe they are feeling that intensity having to do with impulsivity, having to do with, you know, wanting to do it now, and really they're stopping themselves. So with that hot and cold, with that psychic abilities, maybe they feel that whenever they do get that intuition to really come and approach you, they see it, oh, maybe I am trying to be impulsive, I need to just let this go. And I feel like that's what's putting them in that Two of Swords. That came to me very specifically. But this is, wow. We have the ship, so adventure, vehicle, you could be going on a vacation, but confirmation, movement. I feel there is movement here. Small union. All right, let's confirm these of your current connection. Let's confirm these. Let's just confirm with 3 this whole pile, because really, that was, oh my God. Twin flames. Inner balance, confirmation, duality. One more. Yin and yang, Zen inside, rebuilding. This is my 50-50 card, but how this is showing right now, this energy, I'm seeing that as we're rebuilding and working on it, and welcoming welcoming the one you love. Welcoming love, meeting the one, opening your heart, getting together in perfection. I feel there. So I know I said I want to get you versus them, but I kind of want to see them first. For some reason, I'm being called to. I want to see what they're currently going through with tarot, the same way I did with you guys. And then I want to see how they're genuinely feeling towards you guys, and how maybe get some emotion cards and see what the next point of action is. We'll see how this, you know, flows. I'm saying that for a reason. So this collective, you could be really in that mode of letting everything flow. Very Queen of Cups. All right, how is the person on this collective's mind? What are they currently going through? So this is Ace of Coins in reverse. So they could be feeling like they're in an unstable situation, but the delays, which you guys are going through the same mirroring sign. But Three of Swords in reverse, reconciliation, letting go, healing, releasing, forgiveness, feeling hopeful, and oh my God, Page of Wands. I don't really like this for love, but I'm seeing this more as, you know, that approach in their own life. You know, having those exciting plans, starting to have a spark within them, but creative flow as well. There's this playfulness that is igniting them right now. There's this energetic powerhouse, again, very divine. It's I don't see pages as divine masculine, but very masculine, you know, proactive kind of energy. Let's clarify this Ace of Coins, because I'm seeing that there's something under review with their stability. What did I say? It's the big push. It's universal. What did I just say? Karmic lessons. I was literally gonna say that. I feel like there's certain karmic energies around them that they're needing to learn from. But literally, it's that big push. They're pushing them with instability, with unstable situations, with under review. So anything that has been under review, the universe is kind of like those are the challenges that they're going through. Whatever has been under review, maybe certain things with communication, maybe certain things with addictions. You guys got that, and I do feel like this person could be, you know, really going through that as well. The removal of that, but there's a turning point having to do with the instability that they're feeling, or that unstable situation that they are in. I feel like the universe is really wanting them to be ahead of their tower, is what I'm feeling. So maybe when they do feel those rush of emotions, that intensity of emotion, really, so that they can pay attention to their oracle and to their high priestess and really follow their intuition with it. I feel the universe is really trying to get them to be illuminated on their own. All right, let's confirm this Ace of Coins. I'm seeing that Three of Swords with you guys for sure. Ace of Coins. Whoa, what is this? So leading the way. My queen, that Queen of Wands. Something about visionary. This is about caution as well. So that hot and cold energy. Maybe there's certain truths that they need to express. But this is about being confident. I feel like this is that big push to find their confidence within themselves, to really, you know, approach this unstable situation. This is about outgoing as well. It's funny because literally when I saw this, I thought it came out in the reverse, because it says too many irons in the fire, and I feel like that's that unstable situation that they're currently going through. Maybe there's a lot, and this literally talks about demanding energy. I'm really seeing that as a karmic situation, but not easily moved. This is about my way or the highway kind of energy. I feel like that's that big push that the universe is showing them, you know, this is a red flag. This is not, you know, stable energy. That this person could be a little bit temperamental. The person connected to your person, whoever karmic, could be love-wise, family-wise, friendship-wise, however, you know. I do believe that maybe it is love-wise. That Ace of Coins is kind of like that, you know, stability in emotion is what I feel. Where that Ace of Cups is more that, you know, fulfillment of emotion. You know what I mean? This person could have been someone new. Maybe they've been under review for a very long time. I'm hearing 2 years. Maybe they've been with this person for 2 years. But if that was the case, then I feel like this collective, you would know about it. But I feel like this person maybe, you know, yeah, Ace of Wands. So it's bubbling up in their energy. I feel like I need to confirm this as what the unstable situation is. It has to do with a certain maybe Queen of Wands in reverse. Or maybe someone who was appearing as a Queen of Wands upright, but actually was anything but that. This is about lacking direction. This is about many ideas, you know, bubbling under the surface, needing an outlet, you know, needing to express. Makes sense why maybe they're activating with their high priestess as well, and their, you know, purpose in life. I want one more for this. I want one more for Queen of Wands. Strong-willed, it says, but I feel like it's more to activate their strength of will. Literally, as I was saying, I feel like that's that big push that the universe is trying to get them. And we had the death on the bottom, the external changes, the endings to bring the new beginnings, and you guys got that with that black deck. The breakup, sign, over and out, total overhaul, an abrupt change, complete renewal, a new start. I want one more for this Queen of Wands, though. I want one more for this row. Whoa, these are way too many, guys. Just one, please. So this could have been trickling in for the past month, but literally cycle completion. I feel, again, it's what I said. I feel the universe is really trying to get them to be ahead of their tower. Cycle completion, emotional awareness, unstable situation. Emotionally, it's not stable at all. Move on. So a month or the next full moon, but awareness to restore that harmony within. Resolving situations. Wow. All right, Three of Wands. Oh, so this came out. So clearly this situation is making them feel anything but in their divine masculine strength. I do feel like this person is trying to put that work in their life. More with that Page of Wands. So I feel like maybe this collective could be the ones who really in that, you know, inner union kind of energy. But I do feel like there's something, I do feel there's movement here. This did come out like this. I feel this person is in kind of like that, you know, in that energy. Am I enough? Or, you know, what do I do? I do believe this person is going to see that they are enough. They're going to start to stand up for what they deserve. They're going to, this is about working too hard. I'm seeing that also, but I kind of like, for this Three of Swords in reverse, I'm seeing both sides. So I feel like this person finally stands up for what they deserve. They are finally releasing and letting go of anything that makes them feel like they're working too hard or for free, kind of like that Six of Pentacles in reverse, not having that equal give and take. Releasing and starting to feel more hopeful and more optimistic, having to do with how they undervalued themselves and start working on their self-worth. And also when they do come in that reconciliation, I feel also this person maybe sees you as their Nine of Coins, as that fulfillment, as that, you know, someone who's very self-sufficient. Also them working through their Nine of Coins, they're grounding themselves and maturing this aspect through their independence to be able to come in with that reconciliation. Yes, proactivity, focus, self-awareness. I'm seeing both for this. It makes sense why it came out like this. I'm seeing both for that Three of Swords, and I'm hearing it in a positive way. Page of Wands. So this is Pride Before Fall. There's a little bit of charismatic, but Hierophant in the bottom. This person has Hierophant potential. You guys got High Priestess. Again, there's a reason why I say everything. Their Oracle within, but also starting to lead the way with that karma in the forefront of your mind. You know, really that right from wrong. I'm not really liking the Six of Wands. I want one more for the Six of Wands, because I feel like maybe it could be that maybe this person kind of like gets on a high horse, but I'm not really. Let's see. There's something that they're not learning from the past right now, of being a follower, them having to activate that Queen of Wands themselves. I feel like currently right now they feel like they're a follower. And also, side note, talks about a third party friction. Confirmation there is a third party, and confirmation to what I said before. This is uncommitted. They're doing it alone. Again, confirmation to what I said before, working too hard or working for free. That's what they're wanting to release. I feel like maybe, and with this Page of Wands, maybe this person really takes that spark away from them. It's starting to really affect more than what they thought, their self-esteem. It makes sense with what they're needing to work on with their self-worth. Maybe they're seeing this person as very vain, very conceited, very, very self-centered, where this person, your person, the one you guys are connected to, you know, they see themselves as someone, a lovable rogue, you know, someone who always likes to do exciting plans, that charismatic energy, you know, the creative. Maybe also they're reflecting on how their creative flow was very much ignited when you guys were together, but they have this playfulness. They could be a fire earth pairing, you know, your person and this karmic. This Three of Coins, this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is Capricorn, and we have here Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with Page of Wands. But this person clearly sees, you know, maybe that the person that they're connected to currently is a little bit of a narcissist, a little bit of a show off, and they themselves are a little bit of a follower, a little bit egocentric. And that's maybe, I feel like maybe that reflection is not only with themselves but with the people around them. And oh my God, Two of Swords, paying attention to those red flags, confirmation to what I was saying before. So where they had it before in the upright, now they're seeing the clear warnings. And literally, as I was saying it, sign, magic. They're considering the options, and not even the I want one last one of what's currently going on around them, because I feel like they're about to make a decision. With this situation, I feel they are going to be ahead of their tower. Yes, and literally it fell here. Harmony, Five of Wands. Harmony, situation resolved, finding common ground, cooperation, solutions. By choosing their battles, out of control. They're retreating, they're retreating. Overwhelmed, not worth it. They're seeing this as, this is no longer worth it. This is just keep taking my spark away. And again, taking my spark away. They're paying attention. I am liking this energy. Alrighty. So if you are that masculine who is connected, if I literally just read your energy, keep watching, because I feel like there's something that, I do feel like my collectives, there are some times where my feminines and my masculines watch the same reading and you guys learn from it. And I feel like you can learn a lot from this one. So I would recommend you guys to keep watching. But I want to get these, and I want to see how the person connected to this collective, feminine collective, maybe, you know, the them, how they are currently genuinely feeling towards you guys, and maybe get some emotion cards. But empathy on the bottom. I feel like they're having empathy now because they finally see through the cray of this person. It's like, and I feel it's maybe kind of like that reflection of, oh my God, was I like that? It came to my mind specifically, so don't make that fit. How does this person genuinely feel towards you? How does this person genuinely feel towards this collective? I've always tried to be realistic with my life, but you open me to color, literally, that creates, and daydreaming. So clearly, again, that black and white, that creative spark that they felt with you. You know, you guys both saw each other in color. But daydreaming, you're always on my mind, even when I forget you, when I try to forget you. Love offer, sign. I want to offer you the world, and I promise that you will have the best version of me. That's beautiful. Distorted and you. So my views on relationships are distorted from past experiences, and I feel like this person, maybe they did try to replace you. I feel this person maybe they thought they found the one with this person, but then, you know, with that karmic energy, it started to really show what was really beneath the surface of that mask. And that's when they started to realize this isn't a relationship how it's supposed. If I'm not the one who's supposed to be putting all the work, it should be an equal give and take. And again, there's a reason why I said that I feel like they're going, you know, within, and they are realizing how much effort you guys put in. Why did I run? Literally. Why did I run? And you make me feel alive. I choose you without a doubt. My heart yearns for you. I can feel that. I can feel that for sure. Shattered. Old habits are breaking. Sign. Old habits are breaking down and a new version of them is being revealed. Yes, we can see that. Confirmation. Nah. Beautiful. Black and white. So actually, I feel like I don't need to confirm that. We'll confirm this. Hold on. Actually, before we confirm this, let's get their emotions with this. Let's get this person's emotions towards this collective. Only 3. Just 3. I don't want to make this even longer than it's supposed to be. I just want to be precise. This person could be really, you know, how I said before, precise and concise. I feel like this person is going to be very precise and concise, but there's fear tied to it. And there's a little bit of doubt. It's that 2 of Swords having to do with you guys. But I feel like this person maybe is reflecting how their pride got in the way. Their ego, their narcissistic tendencies, confirmation. So what I said before, I'm really seeing that as that reflection that they're being handed to with this other person. The purple curtain. The purple curtain. They can even judge themselves right now. But they are going through fear. I want to clarify these. Or, well, actually confirm these. Because this is about, I love myself and I see myself in everyone. I feel like that is what's being a little bit confronting right now with this person. How this other person's pride, you know, and their ego is really showing through that mask now. And it's literally, and again, I'm really hearing what I said before. I feel this person is being presented with their own behavior with this person, and they're finally realized. And you know what? That psychic abilities, that could be something that maybe you said to them having to do with their mask. I'm not saying that this collective, you spoke to them about their karmic. I'm saying more so, you know, having to do with lessons, having to do with purple curtain, with karmic energy, with kind of like that, you know, when you do have karma in the forefront of your mind, you know, what you give is what you receive. I feel there's something that they heard. There's something that you said. There's something that really activated them with this pride energy. Because I'm really feeling that as they're reflecting on their ego right now. How their ego got in the way. Pride. Let's confirm pride. And maybe that's where the fear, because of jealousy. And if there were a fire sign, I feel I maybe, you know, and fire signs tend to be very, I feel like, and more Leos. I feel, not that they're egocentric, but they're very, you know, the life of the party, and, you know, they tend to get a lot of attention. All kind of fire signs, Aries and Sagittarius as well. I feel like all fire signs tend to get that attention. So if this person maybe was kind of like, I'm seeing that card, that intentions card, the love pop one. That says, if I'm not mistaken, it's the Leo energy. The ones that says, you know, I was used to being the center of attention, and you came along and you kind of like distorted that or something like that. I'm hearing that specifically with that. Maybe, you know, how their jealousy towards you guys, you know, affected this as well. You know, their own narcissistic tendencies. I want one more for this, because I'm seeing that as reflection. Yeah, but maybe, you know, they listen to certain opinions. I'm hearing my odious opinions, but they're going through a death period with it. They're removing that. Maybe they listened to certain friends. Maybe they had certain opinions on this connection, and maybe that's where that pride. I'm hearing a couple of things with that pride, actually, and that friendship. I feel like maybe this person, when they were with you, they were someone who was who really kind of like showed you off. Don't make it fit. I feel this person really showed you off, and there's something that these friends, you know, they had, you know, they kind of had that right to give that opinion. And maybe, you know, they started really putting a little bit of doubt within this person. Maybe I'm seeing my jealousy card as well. The our connection, you know, that the evil eye one with this deck, you know, there's evil energy or something. There's jealousy around you. I feel like maybe they were swayed by other people's opinions on, you know, maybe you were more attractive than this person, or you were someone who was starting to bring a lot of attention. So maybe they started to really put in that that kind of malicious energy, or like, oh, what if they're talking to someone else, or you know, they get a lot of male attention, or certain things like that, you know, that really started to put doubt within this person and affect their own pride. That was very specific. Fear. You would have memories of maybe hearing this, but growth, very good. A lot, willpower, sign. Look at all that orange, a lot of sacral as well. That creative spark. Balance. I got chills. I got chills. They want to expand their consciousness and their awareness. They are tired of the same shit is what I'm hearing. They are done. Judgment. I feel this person is really ready. They were judgmental with their self-esteem, with their own. But it was literally the purple curtain, their shadow. It was affecting them. I feel this person is really redirecting their energy the right way now. They're really paying attention. They are, and that Two of Swords, with what is around them and what they need to work on and what they need to pay attention with. There's a reason that High Priestess came out and that Hierophant energy came out. I feel this person is really working through their divine masculine strength right now. They're being honest with themselves. And also, this could have been a detriment in the past for you guys. If they weren't honest with you, you know, maybe that's why also that fear did come over them. But with that growth, I'm feeling courage with that. And how their imagination got the best of them. Confirmation to what I said with those friends. Maybe they were someone who, they could have been someone who maybe in the past when you guys were connected, you know, maybe they started to accuse you of certain things. Again, projecting. But because of whatever these friends had told them in their mind, I'm seeing that very specifically, you know, I feel like maybe, and it's funny because literally it's what they currently are going through right now with that karmic. Literally, it's what I am saying. It's kind of like they are getting back what they put you guys through. So maybe this person as well is jealous. Maybe this person is very accusing. Maybe they were very, very demanding. Maybe, you know, the person connected to you, you know, your divine was very demanding at one point, but it was coming from their own fear and pride, you know, and ego. And also, I do believe that also, you know, if they have certain, you know, issues with their self-worth, clearly with this judgment and that self-esteem, I do believe that they had certain issues with their self-worth. This is also current as well. So they could be working on their self-love. They could have, you know, really created, you know, those scenarios in their mind because of what their friends would say about you guys, and those jealousy and whatever, you know, ignited that jealousy within them. I feel it has to do with those friends, and I feel like they're starting to see through that mask with those friends. Even not only just this person, there's something that they're starting to be really honest with themselves, which is very good. All right, let's confirm these. Black and white. I've always tried to be realistic with life. Which is funny because Page of Wands is anything but realistic. You guys got weirdos. Oh, weirdos. Weirdos is my favorite card of this deck. And reunion. So literally what this says is I've always tried to be realistic with life, but you open me up to color. And this one with the weirdos, it talks about the force of love, the force of oh no, I'm sorry, this is the reunion one. You make me feel comfortable in my skin. I can be myself with you. Where I feel with this other person, they do not feel like they're comfortable. They feel like they're being, you know, they're being repressed. They're being, you know, shamed even. I feel like this person really, you know, is trying to mold your person into being something that they're not, and they're not liking it at all. But then the reunion. So you got weirdos and reunion. The force of love, the force of reunion is unstoppable. Together we are one. And also, I am going to say this black and white energy, this try to be realistic, but you open me up to color. I feel like it's illuminating this whole row. That daydreaming, you know, that love offer that they want, how distorted they were, you know, how it's, and literally I'm seeing that understanding card with that deck. How you made them feel alive with the color that you've shown them. You know what I mean? You got speak up on the bottom. I'm not letting you go, and you will hear from me very soon. Don't give up on me. Daydreaming. It's going to be interesting how you guys see this person. I really want to see that. I feel like you guys are having a lot of empathy, but, you know, usually when, this is way too many, when that reunion starts to really trickle in, some of you guys are already in that detachment mode. Daydreaming. Arrogance and introverted. So you're always on my mind. So I confirmation, what I said before. I allowed my pride and ego to get in the way of our connection. I thought I was the catch. Literally, I thought I was the catch. When they started seeing how you were getting that attention, that's when their ego started to really build up. And I feel that whatever these friends were saying wasn't really helping the situation at all. So they had the pride and ego, and then we have introverted. I know I don't say this enough, but I truly do love you. And again, there's that shattered energy, the old habits being removed. Through this daydreaming, they're removing that ego that they have. And they're starting to see that everything is love. Starting to really accept what they feel for you, is what I'm hearing. Love offer. Oh. So they could be, you know, in the process of a heartbreak, but where's my heart? The wrong choice. Confirmation. They're going over their choices. The wrong choice was made, and now they sit in the pain of losing you. That's why they want to offer you something. They want to offer the best version of themselves. That's nice. Distorted. Oh my God. They needed to change their perception through the twin flame journey. What the hell? You guys, it's the second time that... So this person could know about the twin flame journey. Don't make that part fit. You should know about this. They could be a little bit depressed, or they could have been depressed through that separation. But my views on the distorted is the views on relationships are distorted from past experiences. But what the twin flame energy did, they know that this is a once in a lifetime type of love. You feel like home, you are the one. And perception, I only was able to see what I wanted to see. The purple curtain. I'm sorry for not seeing your worth. Oh my God. I'm sorry. This is like, I'm loving this reading. You, love of my life. I literally just heard the song. That's the part from Miss Congeniality when Texas is singing in the Alamo. Alamo? Yeah. You, shut, and emotional. Oh my God. You, emotional. Literally going through an array of emotions, unstable. That's that explosion of emotion and that intensity of emotion that you guys got on that first part, and shattered. But because they're breaking the old habits. Confirmation, this person is going through a total renewal. Death energy, sign. And karmic. I have a karmic attachment that won't let me go. They are causing chaos and drama. Oh my God, sign. Sign, sign. And the agreement, your soul agreement. You both made an agreement to focus on yourselves and then come back together as one. Wow. I'm not going to lie. I'm not disliking this energy at all. I fear there's a lot of accountability. There's a lot of, you know, awareness here, which I like. All right, let me get, I want to get their true intentions. True intentions of this person towards this collective, and then we'll get you guys and how you are maybe viewing this person, and then we'll get universal message. All right, true intentions of this person towards this collective, their true genuine intentions. Intuition, confirmation, High Priestess energy. Stop it. Not being impulsive. Very good. 47 could be an important number. It finally dawned on me why I feel so drawn to you, and why our confirmation to what I said before, the laying that foundation, putting in that dedicated effort towards their life. But when it came to you guys, it was always like they didn't know if they could, if they should. And even what I said before with their intuition, I feel like every time that hot and cold energy, maybe, you know, whenever they did follow their intuition, but in the past, actually, they were following their impulsive needs, or just their magnetic pull that they were feeling. Because they thought that they were following their intuition, actually. But, you know, and maybe that's why now, with those psychic abilities that they do have, or they're starting to learn from, they feel that hot and cold, like they don't know what decision to make, or they don't know what if, you know, that feeling that they have of that decision they're wanting to make, is there intuition or is there impulsivity? Again, because they're breaking those old habits, and this person is really wanting, I feel like this person is really wanting to rebuild in the right way. But our connection is so intense and scary. I'm starting to understand my fears and my overwhelming emotion towards you. Sign. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's get 3. Aries. Aries energy. And infatuation. Maybe they thought that it was an infatuation before, but 82. So this is passionate, driven, energetic, restless leader, ambitious. But the negative is about impulsivity and impatience. I feel this person really, there's a reason why intuition was the first one. So clearly they're wanting to use their intuition and lead with their intuition, not their impulsive nature. I was impulsive, irrational, and selfish. Accountability. I pushed this connection to its breaking point. I'm sorry for causing so much pain in our lives. And then we have infatuation. So I don't know if this was love. I'm going to say I didn't know if this was love or if I was in love with the idea of being in love. Our connection was all too consuming and I couldn't wrap my head around it. I'm feeling like this is more past energy, and I feel like those are the honesty that this person is wanting to give you with what was going on. Maybe they were in that victim mentality in the past. Whoa. Oh my God. You guys got ego-driven and third-party situation. So literally, I feel like this is what actually drove them to that third party, of course, the ego. But 17th of the 5th could be maybe this karmic's birthday. It came to my mind for a reason because I did hear, you know, earth sign. They could be a Taurus. But ego-driven. My pride and ego held me back and stopped me from being my true authentic self. Literally what's going on with that third party. They're not being able to be their most authentic self right now. I'm afraid you'll reject me because I fear I'm not good enough for you. My self-confidence was just a facade. And I feel like this person's self-confidence right now, even though they are kind of regaining it, and I feel they will totally regain it once they finally make that decision to leave this karmic and to really focus on their inner healing and their, you know, their own stability. And then third party situation. I made you feel inadequate because I chose someone over you. Confirmation, this collective, you knew that there was someone in the middle. I regret they could have even shown up with this person. I regret the pain I have caused you due to my selfishness and my physical needs. You didn't deserve being treated as an option. Like, this is what they're wanting to discuss. Let's get one last one of their true intentions. The victim mentality. And taking responsibility for their actions, no longer holding that blame card. Literally, I'm seeing that the blame card, but the one that says taking responsibility for my own well-being. That's what I am seeing right now. So where they were in victim mentality before, 5th of the 4th, 4th of the 5th could be important, or 54 as an angel number. I just couldn't is what I'm going to say. I was feeling hopeless and helpless. There was nothing that I could do. Life is what it is, and we just had to accept our circumstances. I feel like that's what they're getting out of. It's again, confirmation to and then we have balancing. I'm trying to balance the scales of my life and our connection. I took from you more than you took from. Equal give and take. And what is happening now? That karmic wheel, that karmic justice is coming. It's biting them in the ass right now. That's what I feel. Of our connection, I took from you more than you were able to give, and I used you for my own benefit. I now understand this was unhealthy and unfair to you, and I'm sorry, because they're finally getting the taste of their own medicine. And they're going over that separation. But number 4, divine masculine energy. I'm taking a pause. I need to separate myself from you in order to work. I'm seeing this as needing to separate from everyone around them right now. I feel like this person is really even though they are going through certain decisions that they have to make, and maybe they haven't made the decision yet, this person is wanting to isolate. I'm seeing that hermit journey for this person more than this collective. I feel like you've been in your hermit journey for a while. But in order to work on my mind and my soul, this is only temporary and I will eventually find my way back to you, which is good. I prefer that, you know, someone taking the time to heal after a karmic instead of just rushing. Again, they're focusing on not being impulsive. They know that got them in trouble in the past. So what they're doing, they're changing it up. They're redirecting the energy. What you guys have been doing as well. Again, feeding into your threads. This is very nice. Alrighty. I want to quickly, before we tap into... I'm not even going to put that bell. Before we tap into what's coming in the future, I want to quickly see how you guys feel towards this person. Maybe get 3 and just confirm 1 and get some emotion cards just to just so you guys make sure that this is your reading, because I feel like a lot of you... All right, let's get how you genuinely feeling towards... It's the reason why I say everything. You could maybe think that you guys were a karmic connection. You guys could have put them in that category of that karmic, but breath work, staying in your stillness and calmness, even through this karmic connection as well. Let's get a couple more, because I'm hearing a couple of things before I really break it down. How are they genuinely feeling towards a person on their mind? You see them as a red thread bond. So I feel like maybe it could have come at a point where you guys... There's a reason why I said you guys generally when you... But forgiveness on the bottom. I saw acceptance actually when I first saw it, and then I saw it was forgiveness. So it could be that you guys are really accepting this in your energy right now. But I feel like this collective, maybe not for, you know, not to distract yourself, but maybe as, you know, kind of like seeing it as the lesson. Maybe you thought that, you know, your contract had already, you know, been fulfilled, that, you know, because you were now in your strength and you were working through your mental health and even, you know, through your self-worth, that was the point of this connection, and it wasn't really to come into fruition. It was actually to make you learn yourself about your self-worth and such. And also I am seeing that as what I said before, this collective, you knew that there was a karmic in the way. So you know that there's certain karmic energies that they need to release and that they need to go through, kind of like life experience is what I'm hearing, before they do come in. But you do feel a constant burn sometimes. Every time I see that though, I do see that cosmic healing as well. I want one more for constant burn. But the separation maybe in the past was something that even you guys could have been married. But I do feel like maybe the separation was something that was very heavy on your heart, and it was a constant burn. And maybe that's why also it keep going to that, you know, you thought that this was a karmic. It was part of your red thread to meet this person, to find your self-worth again, and focus on your self-love. Even through the separation. But confirmation, you know that you had to go through inner child healing, and this person activated that inner child healing. I'm seeing my gratitude, you know, grateful that you met them, in that sense of you were able to heal certain core wounds that you weren't able to with certain karmic energies. And it's what happens in 555 on my clock right now, literally. All right, let's confirm karmic connection, inner child healing through unconditional love. But again, confirmation to what I said before with that inner child. I see that as children. It could be that you do have, you know, that you yourself could have gone through a karmic connection that you do have children with. But I'm seeing this more as, you know, because the question was how you guys genuinely feel towards this person. I'm seeing that as that inner child spark that you guys had. That maybe, you know, you should have taken this connection a little bit more seriously and focus on that unconditional love towards yourself. But I do feel like, even though if you do feel like this person was a karmic, I feel there is unconditional love towards them, in the sense of understanding they were just someone who needed to heal. Don't make that fit. Don't make that fit. That was very specific. Constant burn. Travel. So maybe there could be a distance with you guys. And also maybe, you know, I'm seeing my honeymoon phase with that, but maybe the constant burn had to do with a lot of things that were promised and that weren't, you know, those promises weren't kept. And that was what put that constant burn, because that separation was like maybe so abruptive as well. All the things, kind of seeing that laying down your burdens with that, you know, finally laying down that heavy load that no longer serves you. And also, I am going to say, I'm feeling maybe, you know, even through that constant burn and that separation, you started to travel. You started to meet new people. You started to really meet new places as well. But also I'm seeing the journey through that separation, you know, that plane as, you know, that journey through your healing, exploring yourself through this constant burn and the separation is what I'm hearing with that. Red bond, confirmation, inner child healing. You feel this connection was for that inner child healing. I don't even believe this. I feel like this collective, you don't see this coming at all. Sign. What was the first thing I said? And it was so funny because it didn't even pop up until now. What was the first thing I said in the message? Hearing them through music, feeling them through music. Maybe that's where that explosion of emotion or that intensity started to really ignite, through music. Maybe you're starting to doubt if this was a karmic connection or if this was actually, you know, transforming. 555, literally what I said before. Maybe your mind is starting to shift. I feel like at least like now by watching the reading, the right collective, your mind should be shifting. I feel like your mind is shifting as I'm reading. There's a reason why I keep, you know, maybe you know what I mean? Remember, I'm here to confirm how you're feeling, not tell you how you're feeling. Last one. But 3D, maybe because you don't know them, because you're in that no contact. So with this 3D, I'm feeling maybe you feel this person is still too attached to the 3D aspect. There's a reason why maybe also this person as well, that hot and cold, if you guys are energetically, you know, feeding into each other's thread, I feel like maybe where you feel like this person is still stuck to that 3D aspect and not, you know, opened to that 5D frequency, that's where this person, you know, starts to doubt if their intuition is their intuition or if it's their mind trying to control. You know what I mean? That came to my mind specifically. I want to get your friendships. Confirmation, this collective, you know that friendships was a detriment. It didn't come out, but I feel like friendship, but also a person is in your life for a reason. This collective, you're seeing it as this person was in my life for me to heal this inner child healing. So for me to go through this inner child healing and to be proud of myself. How this collective is genuinely feeling towards the person on their mind. You guys even are doubting. Confirmation. You're doubting what this connection is. I genuinely feel you thought this was a karmic. Or you put it in that category at least. This thread was meant to just make me go through my inner child healing. That purple curtain. And also, you guys, maybe you've released the need to know all the answers. Maybe you actually went through a purge of tarot, I'm hearing. Focusing on your mental health. Sign. And also maybe, you know, I feel like this collective, maybe you think that they know that, you know, certain emotions that you have having to do with how... I feel like the biggest thing is you guys are going over what your emotions have to do also with the challenges with this person, the challenges that you felt with certain friendships that they had, how they had that doubt and didn't make that decision to be with you and not, and how you had to choose that healthy lifestyle, that health over this person as well. 2, 3, 4, as I'm saying, at alignment. But also how they need to work through their friendships, their self-doubt, and their own health. And there's that judgment, their own purple curtain. But this collective is, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. Literally that that's what I'm feeling with that karmic connection that you feel that they were with that unconditional love. I can't do anything to change this. You've been focused on your service. Confirmation what I said with this as well. You've been focused on, you know, you love helping others and you understand, you know, that being in this Being of service to others is also being in that understanding that, you know, the wounds are the wounds, and we should not take them personal. We should just know when to remove ourselves when we are not being taken care of the way that we're supposed to and the way that we deserve, basically. I feel this collective, you are going to be shocked. Not gonna lie. I feel you have no idea. And if you are watching, I feel you're going to be like, nah, really? Nah, really? You're going to be like, you're going to be that hot and cold with your intuition. Just saying. All right. Okay. Let's get universe. I want universal. I want to see universally what's going to happen. We're going to get a dice. I got this one. I'm kind of hearing days, but if 2 comes out, so if 2 comes out, if 6 comes out, I'm getting months, because I do feel like this is going to be a transition. But if 2 comes out, I'm getting days, because I'm hearing 2 for a reason, and I think I'm going to have to get my purple deck. So we'll see. If 6 comes out, we're doing months. If anything else but 2 comes out, we're getting weeks. And if 2 comes out, we're getting days. 1, a week ahead. Week ahead. I prefer to do it like that. Okay, so we're going to do week ahead. Let's get this. Week ahead, this connection. We'll get 3, and then we'll get earth sign. Why do I feel like maybe this person is about to contact you? The earth sign. I'm seeing that as that karmic, but it could be that your person is an earth sign. But Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but grounding. I feel like something is about to be grounded in the next week. One more. Taking a chance. Stop it. And intimacy. So opening up, having to do with intimacy, but reminiscing. This person is reminiscing. Let's hope they come in the right right energy. All right, next week ahead for this connection. Week ahead for this connection. Week ahead for this connection. Wow. So resources, finances, income, large quantities, bodies of water. Whoa, you got the burst on the wire. So again, confirmation, there were opinions. I feel like this person is about to come clean with certain things. But we have the fish, we have the birds. So using your resources wisely is what I'm hearing. We have the feather that is about omens, protection. Also the leap of faith, that literally that fool's journey. But miracles happening. And literally this birds unaware has to talks about loose lips. I feel there are certain truths coming over. Bridge, communication, stop it. Connection, integration, collaboration, harmony, compromise, overcoming barriers. And then we had these 2 that came out together. This was the butterfly and the sunrise. So happy beginnings through this metamorphosis, through this embracing change. Inspiration, reinventing yourselves, but an awakening. This person is going through an awakening. And you yourselves, through that DNA upgrade, you're awakening yourself as well. Another layer. All right. I'm thinking what the question I want it to be. This is about investments and resources and finances. I feel this person maybe, and maybe you guys even would have, I'm feeling maybe there's something about grounding with certain finances for this collective and this person. But this blabbermouth energy, I want one more for this, because I feel like this is something that's going to be spoken about. Birds on a wire. Luck is on your side. So coincidence, unexpected rendezvous, a fleeing but good fortune through this, a reward. This is why it was short-lived. I feel like that's what they're going to talk about because of the opinions. That's why it was short-lived. All right. So we're getting 3 to what is coming in the next week for you guys. 3 for what is coming, what's happening in this connection in the next week. 3, just 3. Then I want to get there, and I think I want to have, Okay, so I'm going to get 3 for this. Coming in the next week with this connection. One more. One more. Not even looking. Oh my God. So we have the moon. So this person is going through an emotional abuse right now. Negative karmic connections. So there's something, I feel like connection-wise, I feel like there's something having to do with that subconscious in this person's mind, having to do with certain negative connections. I'm hearing that earth sign, but toxic energetic implants and codependency that is keeping them in a restricted energy. The regression, the lack of support, the lack of progress, you know, thinking small. I feel their shadow is being very illuminated right now. One more. I feel like they're trapped in that illusion. They have to get themselves out of it. Let's confirm. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love the Hierophant on the reverse. This is the non-conforming energy. This isn't the, you know, the upright energy, which is he's very strong in his opinions and he's very strong with his belief system, and he tends to maybe be a little bit rigid with his thought pattern, and it's very hard to get him to maybe see that other side, you know what I mean? And more so with certain values in their life. But the Hierophant in reverse, I love the Hierophant in reverse. This is about them thinking for themselves, removing themselves from that situation that doesn't serve them. Certain, there's freedom, challenging the status quo. This is about non-conforming, not conforming to this abuse, releasing themselves from this abuse. Beautiful. Taking the lead, getting things done. Charismatic, free thinker, successful, passionate. Beautiful. That is beautiful. They're taking the lead to their own life. Again, it's literally the, what was the card that came out? Why am I hearing that domino effect? It's literally that domino effect. And literally it's the encouraging with rising above. Maybe they're seeing themselves could be seeing certain, you know, maybe they're seeing the white feathers as well. So if you're a masculine and seeing white feathers, I feel like that is the universe saying, yes, get out of there, free yourself from that situation, start working on your inner healing. Take that leap of faith in choosing yourself is what I'm hearing. To really restore that harmony with your own self, overcome that barrier that this connection is putting in you, and have that clarity, overcome that obstacle. It's a problem ending. It's you go through that awakening, accept, embrace this awakening. You're metamorphosing. It's time to be open. It's time to embrace change. It's time for your soul to evolve. It's time for you to start getting that inspiration back and reinventing yourself. That's what I'm hearing for that masculine. That is beautiful, beautiful. And I want to see, okay, so we got them. I kind of want to get another deck, and I want to see how they're approaching you guys, because I'm hearing that communication is this is about, because we have reconciliation here with that white feather. I'm seeing that as both of you guys through your transformations. All right. How is the person connected to this collective about to approach them? How is the person connected to this collective about to approach them? What energy will they be approaching in them? What is their next plan of action? Ace of Swords, awareness, clarity. This is about awareness. This is about new ideas, the vision, expansion, the clarity of thoughts, an epiphany, and communication, by the way. So clearly this person is wanting to communicate with you, and they have strength behind them. Brave heart, regal, strong-willed, independent, Leo energy, sign. What was that? They have the Justice and Emperor on the bottom. Oh my God, let's keep going. Let's keep going. How this person is coming towards you guys. This plan of action. This Knight of Pentacles, confirmation. You guys, literally, you guys got that with that other deck. This is about abundance, wealth, luxury, independence, financially independent, the resources, and single as well, by the way. So they're coming in with the winners, and they're coming in single. They're coming without the baggage for sure. This is the next week. I feel like you guys are in that laying foundation energy. So I feel like maybe that's what you guys need to do. Start laying that foundation. And Temperance, they're coming in balanced. Wow. Healing energy, transformation, patience, options. And what did I say? Starting slow. Maybe that's something that they actually talk to you about out of that heartbreak, that reconciliation, the one that they got when I read them with that deck. Maybe you guys need to start slow. Why am I hearing maybe they want to start as friends or maybe as dating? You guys got the Chariot. Stop it. Fastest destiny, journey, overcoming obstacles, willpower, same direction, drive. This person is coming decided. This person is coming decided in a balanced way. Confirming. Let's confirm. Okay. Let's confirm. If they are already activating their Hierophant by releasing this energy and thinking for themselves, they're coming in a very honorable way, is what I'm feeling. Yes, don't be impulsive and don't rush anything, but for what I can see here of how the action that they're going to be putting in here, 6 of Swords, victory, success, happy new beginning, metamorphosing. I feel this person is coming in truthfully. And if there are certain things that you want to speak about and that you need certain answers, I wouldn't be in that inquisitive kind of energy, but more so laying down that foundation of there's some truths that need to be spoken here that I for my own, not safety, but for me to feel secure in this connection and to, have that trust back, I need answered, however it is that I feel like this person already knows what they need to talk about, but or even if you feel like you need to take a pause and you need to balance yourself out first before even making a decision of what you want to do with this person, that is totally fine as well. That is literally putting yourself first and your emotions first without being impulsive over the outcome of the situation. But how I'm seeing it here, I feel like this person is coming very honorably. Let's confirm how they're coming in. Yeah, 9 of Wands. They're wanting to close in the distance. They're tired of being guarded. They want to persist. It's kind of like that final push. So I feel like maybe, and if honesty is the biggest thing in this connection, I feel like leading with honesty would be the best thing. And again, there's that communication. That's that 6 of Swords. Communication, level of secrecy, travel. Certain tough conversations are going to literally, as I was reading here, guarded. I'm seeing this more as you guys, how you guys are going to be in this energy of this 9 of Wands, and how you feel like maybe, even though this person, and travel as well, because this is about distance, closing in the distance. But I do believe there is progress here, but I do believe there are certain tough conversations that are needed to have before this comes into full fruition. You know what I mean? And really work on both of each other's independence, not being in that. If you guys, because that married card, maybe if you guys even, that divorce card, maybe you guys weren't even married like legally, but you felt like you guys were in that connection that you look like, and you felt like an old couple. Maybe that could have been some of the issues or the comments or opinions of others, how this person was just consumed by you. I feel like what is about to ground is having to do with certain addictive thought patterns and bad finances, and what is grounding is the intimacy level that you guys are going to be sharing right now. To be honest, I feel that like that. I want one more. One more. Yeah, Ace of Cups. They're coming in with pure intentions. Literally, this says pure intentions. They're coming in with pure intentions. But with those pure intentions, you need to make your intentions known. But this is about birth as well, but self-love as well. They're coming in with that self-love and that hermit energy. They're meditation, higher perspective, spirituality, unique, soul-searching energy. connected is what I'm hearing. But yeah, that's my advice and the universe's advice. This is actually absolutely beautiful. Like, you can see the transition of what they're going through and how they're going through those realizations, and that, you know, introspection, you know, of what is being mirrored on the you know, in front of them. This is not bad at all. So if you have certain issues with their trust, you need to make them clear to them and speak about them, and, you know, be truthful yourself with your fears, or even with your wants, because maybe this person comes in and you actually feel like you've let them go. You know, there's a reason why I'm saying that. There's a reason why I'm so calm as well, like explaining this to you guys. I feel like that's not something that's tied to you anymore. There's a reason why I said that karmic relationship, that karmic connection, that where this, I feel this collective, maybe you think or you thought that this was, again, I feel like this is going to be so unexpected for you, that you're going to be like, what the hell just happened? And you're going to need that time to process. But I kind of want to, first, before I even confirm that, I want to get 3 of these because I'm seeing my union card. Just want to get 3 messages. I'm listening to my higher self now. A higher power is guiding me. And I can feel that, number 1. Listening to themselves, not other people's opinions. 2. Oh my God. Growth. I'm trying to leave my comfort zone with this issue. Sign. What is this? And 9. But complete union. Union is an energy, not a physical construct. Even when we aren't together, I feel our union. So you have mirrors are a confirmation. Again, 9. There's a closing of a cycle of inner child healing is what I'm hearing. Inner child, our inner children are crying out right now. We both need to comfort them and become their parents. And the same divine energy flows in 3. 1, 2, 3. Sign alignment. And we did say that in the beginning. The same divine energy flows in each of us. This energy is a catalyst to our reunion. We just need to allow this energy to work its magic. Do you believe in magic? That's what I'm hearing. You could be one of those people who like those oldie songs. Alrighty, I want to confirm with these actually. What is this? A message of you. I'm thinking of you in this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. Let's confirm that love section, and then we'll confirm. Yeah, we'll just confirm all of that whole reading with this. I feel like this. Maybe I should get you guys. Actually, before we confirm, I'm getting you surrender cards. Ow! I just bumped my elbow. Ah! Surrender to trust. I'm hearing the miracles one, but trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you have chosen the right path. Get a couple of surrender cards for this collective, what they need to surrender to. So surrender fear. So you could have that fear trickling in. But being over controlling can sabotage relationships for effectively. Oh, this is surrender your desire to control people. I don't feel like this. Surrender resentment. I wasn't really feeling resentment for this collective. I was feeling more logic for this collective, but it could be that maybe it is trickling in a little bit right now. But to more effectively achieve your back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. Maybe that's something that this and there's a reason why I said before, you know, if this person comes up to you and just communicates with you and you need to regroup, say that you need to regroup. Don't be fearful of what this person might think. I feel like maybe that your fear has more to do with what if this, again, breaks me to the core. I'm hearing that specifically, so that could have been a thought in your mind at one point. But this is about let go of fearful stories you are telling yourself. Stay in the moment, focus on solutions, and celebrate every baby step forward. Maybe that's also why you have that fear. You don't want to take 10 steps back by taking this step forward, that leap of faith with this person. I'm saying that for a reason. So I don't feel this collective you're wanting to control people. I feel like it's more maybe not letting others control you. So, but just surrender, you know, be honest is what I'm hearing. Biggest thing is be honest. Be honest with your feelings. Be honest with your truth. Be honest with what you feel like is going to be, you know, efficient for you and not what it's gonna just help this person. Be honest with your feelings. I feel like there's a big shift happening, and this is like an opportunity for you to finally be totally transparent with the things that you finally believe are, you know, what you deserve. You've been working on that for a while. Time, maybe because of the time, but you're trying too hard. Just, you know, don't overthink it. I feel like this is kind of like, you know, a slap in the face. Give yourself time to think and to adjust. I feel like it is literally not going to be a slap in the face, but it's going to be very shocking for you. More if there's no contact. I feel like maybe, you know, I don't feel this person is coming in, you know, that charismatic Casanova. They're coming in with an Ace of Swords. They're coming in with awareness. They're coming in with insight and an epiphany. You know, they're coming in with wanting to speak certain truths. So I do believe that this person is really, you know, it's not that they're coming in that, you know, wanting to sweep you off your feet. No, they're wanting truths. They're wanting to resolve the issue with you because they're wanting to mend it the right way. I'm seeing my mend card with that. But sacred union on the bottom. Honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. I feel like it is kind of like that explosion of emotion that you're feeling, you know. This is something that maybe you kind of like gave up on. I'm hearing it for a reason, more if you're seeing this person as a karmic. But look inside yourself, my beloved. So, though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united. For love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. Literally, sign. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. I feel like this collective, you've kind of like lost hope on this energy. And maybe now that this is coming over you again, it's like, what in the damn hell? I thought I had healed this already. You know what I mean? Alrighty, let's get Charmies. So you literally got with the Charmies 3 initials. Very specific. You got an S, an N, and an R. That love triangle I'm seeing, maybe your name starts with an S or an N or an R, you know, and this other person the name starts with an S, an N, or an R, or this other person, that karmic energy that is attached to your person their name starts with an S, R, or N. That came to my mind specifically. You got the communication bell, but your angels are by your side through this. Just follow your intuition. Follow your intuition is the biggest thing. Remember to follow your intuition. Candle wax or candle, but red, love, passion as well. And it's funny because literally, and I actually put this a while back and it never came out in one of my readings. And maybe you're someone who reads candle wax or does scrying through candles. But, you know, maybe meditate with a candle and look for, or, you know, search for clarity through that message, that whatever it is that they're wanting to show you. Rapid forward movement. You guys got my little chili pepper, you know, but protected through this cycle, through this completion, your strength. And this person is coming in strong. But remember who you are. Remember your divine masculine strength and keep that in mind. Awakening, confirmation, another awakening. I feel like for both of you even. You're both going through an awakening of, again, a different frequency is what I'm hearing, but focus on your inner wisdom. That elephant, maybe you have a memory with, maybe you went to the zoo or something. It came to my mind and you saw an elephant with this person. That never does come to my mind, but that's, you know, That's so specific. All right, so but important dates, birthdays, angel numbers you might be seeing or need to look up. 20th of the 3rd, 20th of the 2nd, 20th of the 4th. Oh my God, 4321. Stop it. And 44 as well. So divine masculine energy, your divine masculine strength. Don't forget. Lead the way with your strength and your strength in your words as well, and your decisions with being honest with this person and yourself is what I'm hearing. But also you have 22, 222, unexpected miracles, sign, 00, so a beginning of a new cycle. So you could be seeing 0000, like the 24 hours, you could be seeing that. But 12th of the 4th, 12th of the 3rd, 12th of the 2nd, 20th of the 3rd, 20th of the 2nd, 20th of the 4th, 20th of the 1st, 14th of the 4th, 14th of the 2nd, 14th of the 3rd, 14th of the 2nd. I already said 14th of the 2nd. 23rd of the 4th, 23rd of the 1st, 23rd of the 2nd, and yeah, let's get others. 121, 212, 212, like the perfume. 66, 666. You have 4 sixes. 6666. 10, completion. 20th of the 10th could be an important date. 20th of the 3rd, clearly important because it's the second time it comes out. 20th of the 6th, 20th of the 8th. 6 of the 6th, portal energy. And we did get a week. Isn't it in a week, 6 of the 6th? So next 7 days. I think it is. 6 of the 8th, 8th of the 6th, and 26 of the 3rd, 26 of the 8th, 26 of the 10th, and 8 karmic energy. All right, guys. I love you. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'm going to make dinner for my children because, you know, yeah, it's already 7:30 here. But I will see you later. I'll see you tomorrow. And just trust. Ride the wave and be in your truth and be in your masculine strength. You're coming into your inner balance. But yeah, I love you all and I will see you later. Mwah! Bye!